What's up guys, my name's Alec, and in today's video I will be refurbishing my steering wheel. As you can see, my steering wheel is very used. It's not in the most pleasant state. And I also have a shift knob that isn't OEM. What I will show you in this video is how I will be taking off the steering wheel, and then I will show you the reupholstered one, and then how we're going to mount it back, as well as the new used shift knob. First thing you'll need to do is disconnect the battery completely, because we don't want to risk blowing the airbag in our face. Once you've completed disconnecting the battery, you want to turn your steering wheel to the right so that you can access this hole behind it. I have already taken out the steering wheel, but before I show you guys how to do it, I actually want to show you from inside so that I can explain to you guys how to take off the airbag, because it's pretty tricky but also easy. Now, as you can see, on both sides we have these two small springs. So we have two here and two here, and they actually hold the airbag in place. And when you reach with the screwdriver from behind, you want to, and I'm going to show you in a minute, move these springs a bit, and then with the other hand pull on the airbag so that it unclips from it. And you want to do that on both sides. If you look at this spring over here, I have my screwdriver put in the back, and if I pull on it, you can see how the spring moves. Now you want to do this, and when you feel the spring move, you want to pull with the other hand on the airbag, and do the same on the other part. And one thing I forgot to mention is, for it to be the easiest for you to do that, you need to pull the steering wheel most to you and put it in the most up position, and then you'll have enough space to reach with the screwdriver these two holes in the back. Now, once the airbag is removed, we want to remove the steering wheel. The first step is to take the key out and then lock the steering wheel. Once locked into the position, you want to take a marker and draw a line on the steering wheel and on the column so that you can mark its position currently, and then when you're going to put back the wheel, you can put it in the exact same position. As you can see, I marked my steering wheel with a permanent marker, but don't worry, because with some rubbing alcohol, we will be able to delete this mark once we put the steering wheel back on. With the steering wheel, you need to unscrew this bolt in the middle, which you need a Torx 55 to do it. Once you put the Torx 55, you take your ratchet and just, it wasn't that hard actually, to just make it loose, and then you continue unscrewing it. But my Torx fell off. Once you've started unscrewing it, you can continue doing so by hand until it comes off, and then you can just pull the steering wheel towards yourself. Now, it's pretty hard for me to do it with one hand, but I'll get back to you once I do it with two hands. That was it. As you can see, no more steering wheel. It's in my hand and ready to get sent off. Now, in order to not lose the bolt that holds on the steering wheel, I just recommend hand tightening it a bit back into its place so that it stays here. This is how the steering wheel came out. It just came back and it looks great, like new basically. It's even a bit bulkier. That's how I feel it, and I like that. And the shifter also came out great. I already put that on the car, so I'll show it to you in a second. But yeah, I'm very happy. I can't wait to see it on the car. Let's go install it. Now, in the car, don't forget to have your battery disconnected, and then remove the bolt that holds on the steering wheel that we put here after taking it off. Then slide the steering wheel back into its place. I put the protection back on because I don't want to get it dirty. And don't forget to look at your markings. I have my marking on the steering wheel and on the column. You can't really see it that well because it has faded off, but it seems about right. If not, I'll be taking it off again and putting it back, but I think it's good. And once you've did that, just first take the big screw and hand tighten it back on. Then take your Torx 55 and screw it back on. After that, you connect the plugs back in, if I remember the way they went, like this, until it clicks. and then this one will go into the back of the airbag. This is the airbag. This is where the plug goes in. You put it in and then you push the airbag in until you hear it click. Now, I can't show you how I do this because I need both hands, but I'll show you how it looks after. Once you put the plug in and you have the airbag in place, just push on it till you hear it click. And I just heard it click on both sides. And I hope it's good. I'll connect the battery and test it out. So guys, everything works perfectly. The honk isn't that sensible anymore. It might be because the leather is thicker, so you need to press on it harder. And I also have an airbag light that went on. Now, that might be because initially I thought that there was a problem with the honk, so I kept taking it on and off, on and off. I kept popping off the airbag. And even though I had the battery disconnected, maybe that, wasn't that good for the airbag. So I'm just gonna get the code cleared and I'll tell you if it comes back again or not. This is the shifter. So I went for an Alcantara shift boot with a perforated leather shift knob, and it's great. I like it a lot. It feels very good and I'm very satisfied with it. So I noticed that I didn't make an outro for this video, which is actually a very good opportunity for me to tell you a review about this refurbished wheel. So it's been around 2 months since I put it. I've driven around 7,000 kilometers with it, and with the shifter, that's about 4,200 miles. And I'm very, very happy with it. It looks good. So as I was editing the video, I saw how bad it looked before, and I'm so glad that I changed it. It wasn't that expensive, so the wheel refurbishing plus the shifter cost me 60 euros, which is around 65 US dollars. And it just makes driving the car way nicer. So the driving experience is way better. And I highly recommend you also do it if you're thinking about it. As you saw in the video, it's not that hard to take the wheel out and put it back. I'm not that experienced and I managed to do it. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. So that was this video. If you guys liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. If you guys have any questions or any video requests, please subscribe, as it would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm Alec and I'm out. Peace.